Meditation and the spiritual consciousness beyond the mind. A regular practice of meditation has a profound effect on the mind and on one's awareness and consciousness. Regular practice of meditation calms down the restlessness of the mind and therefore makes it possible to experience and become aware of something which is beyond the scope of the mind. Thoughts are like clouds that hide the sun, or like waves that make it impossible to see the bottom of a lake. When the mind becomes calm and there are no thoughts, you can see things that your thoughts and your constant mental activity hide. You become aware of your real essence, the consciousness that is beyond the mind. The spiritual consciousness beyond the mind. One of the main benefits of a regular practice of meditation is the gain of inner peace. In a state of inner peace, when the restlessness of your mind stops, you become aware of a different vast sort of consciousness. A certain kind of calm, joyous, and powerful consciousness arises in you, which is different from the ordinary everyday consciousness. This is spiritual consciousness. This state is like an altered state of consciousness. It is not a state of trance, and there is no loss of awareness of the world around you. On the contrary, you become more conscious and more alive. It is an awareness that encompasses both the physical, external world and the spiritual world. At first, you will experience the spiritual consciousness very briefly and sporadically, and not necessarily during the session of meditation. It can appear later, in the midst of your daily activities, in your everyday life. It might suddenly or gradually fill your awareness for a brief moment and then go away. As you continue with daily meditations, the duration of this altered state of consciousness will gradually get longer. In order to experience this state of awareness more often and for longer periods and turn it into a constant state of consciousness, you need to be able to quiet your mind more deeply and for longer periods. This is a state of spiritual consciousness. The main requirement for this spiritual consciousness to manifest is a silent mind, when the restlessness of the mind disappears. This is the way to making this experience permanent. How to experience the spiritual consciousness beyond the mind. How can you hasten this process? Here are a few tips. Continue to meditate every day. Learn to focus your mind, making it one-pointed. Try to become aware of the thoughts that pass through your mind. If you practice meditation regularly, it will not be too difficult to do. View your thoughts with some dispassion. Learn to be little detached so that thoughts do not agitate your mind. Always try to focus on what you are doing and disallow thoughts, feelings, and people to distract you and control your attention. At different times of the day, for a few minutes, try to become aware of your consciousness, of your awareness, and of the feeling that you exist. Do not discuss or analyze your awareness, just be conscious of it, without thinking and without words. This state of spiritual consciousness is a state of light, happiness, and joy, but also of inner power, focus, and common sense. This state has been called by many names: nirvana, samadhi, self-realization, cosmic consciousness, higher self, or spiritual consciousness. The name is only a label. The content is more important than the label, and it is the same content, no matter what label is used. All techniques of meditation eventually lead to this state of awareness beyond the mind, to the awakening of the spiritual consciousness. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget like this video and subscribe my channel.